Welcome to the Creator Show. Now let's get into it. Hey, everyone, and welcome to the Creator Show. As you can see, I have a guest with me today. But before we get into it, welcome to the Creator Show where we have honest conversation served with humor and energy. So today we have the goddess, the line dance goddess. Like I told her, I have two left feet. I am the hype man, and I stay on the sidelines and I hype everybody up. I am not, like she said, you know your place. I definitely know my place because I am not going to embarrass myself and be on somebody's TikTok. But anyway, let me get into it. She's an author. She has a book called A Covered Ray of Sunshine. We gonna get into that. She also has a book coming out called Women Bend, Men Break.
Well,
And
book, but yes,
huh?
that's my artist book.
Oh, that's her artist, but excuse me, I am so sorry. She also she will be teaching classes in the spring. Am I correct?
Well, and I teach classes right now currently in Spring, Texas.
Oh, in Spring, Texas.
Yes,
At the
at
Cactus Jack, what was it again?
Eagle Community Center.
Cago Community Center.
Mm-hmm.
Cago
Hey,
Community Center, Fridays from 5:30 to
5:30.
7
Yes, at
with
7
her. Oh, go ahead.
puzzle.
With her line dance partner, Miss D. Williams.
Yeah, Miss D. Williams. We danced together actually at TNL Event Center on Park Road on Wednesdays from 6:30 to 8:30.
So y'all just be dancing and just dancing all the way up and
And
just two-stepping in Texas.
right, and on Thursdays at Liquid Smoke on Holly Hall from 5:30 to 11 p.
Y'all just be out there dancing, but y'all give it up for Miss Shaun Fulton, correct?
Yeah, that's me. Hey, y'all. Hey.
So we going to warm everybody up. Everybody knows I like to play this game called This and That. Like I told you, it pertains to your field. So I'm going to give you some line dance. Like I said, I'm not a line dancer. I'm on the sideline.
Right.
And I had to do my due diligence and get up on the internet and do my homework. So I'm gonna give you four. It's either this or that, and it's going to be four.
Okay.
Four, this and that.
Gotcha.
So the first one is the cha-cha slide or the Cupid shuffle.
I would say the cha-cha slide.
You like that? I like the cha-cha slide. Now that's one thing I can do, but I'ma still do it. I'ma still do it on the sideline.
Yeah,
I'ma still do it on the sideline.
I like Cupid, but they do Cupid. They do the Cupid shuffle so much. The they don't do it so often. So yeah.
Mhm. Okay. The bunny hop or the wobble.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh. Because I like both of them. But I would say the wobble.
The wobble. I like I said, I do everything on the sideline. Okay. This may be a tough one. The boots on the ground or the Tania line dance. I don't know exactly
Um, yeah,
that exact name.
yeah, it's called Come Dance With Me.
Okay.
Tamia. Yeah, Tamia, it's called Come Dance With Me. Everybody think it's called the Tamia Line Dance, but it's called Come Dance With Me, and I would rather do Come Dance With Me. Than, yeah, Boots on the love it. Yeah, they run it into the ground.
They definitely have ran that. I just was like,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Okay, last one. The Electric Slide or Candy by what is that?
About Candy, I would say Candy, but I mean,
Okay.
they kinda do the same dance, kinda,
Yeah.
but I would rather do it on Candy. It's like yeah,
Okay, so let's get into your origin story, cause um, how did you get started? Like, like, did you ever were you matter of fact and you're a choreographer, as well, right?
yeah.
So tell me how did that come about? Like, as a kid, were you, like, the dancer?
I was actually, it's a funny story. I was, like, so for years, my and still to this day, my family still joke with me and mess with me every time we get together about how my mom used to always stop everybody from dancing when they
Mhm.
say, "Watch my baby dance." So, I would get up and the moonwalk was my favorite.
Everybody had that Michael Jackson phase, cause I know I did.
So, my mom would stop everybody from dancing and make them watch me dance, and they hated it. But to this day, that's the running joke. That is the running joke. So, yeah, I've been dancing for a long, long, long time, and,
Mhm.
started line dancing probably, in the '90s, but I
Mhm.
didn't, really take it seriously until about, I think it was 2009, 2010 when I met this lady named, Victoria Carrier Peterson. Uh,
Mhm.
she goes by Jazzy B, and I met her. I don't even remember where I met her at, but I started going to her line dance classes at St. Mary's in 3rd Ward, and,
Mhm.
um, um, well, it was another church. I can't Willow Avenue Baptist Church. I was going to both of her classes
Excuse me.
there. And so I was taking her classes, then all of a sudden we kind of teamed together and took over her classes. You had to
Okay.
step for a while. So then I took over her classes at both Avenue and at St. Mary's. And then they just kept adding on. And so now she actually got me started 2010, 2011. Then we created a group called Third Ward Steppers.
Mhm.
We started going to another class, her name is Martha Allison. Then we started another group, and it's called the Elusive Ladies. And they're a big group, and they're called Elusive Ladies and Gents now. They added men to their group.
Oh,
So
okay, that's cool.
Martha and Vicky actually got me doing what I'm doing. And then I just branched off and started doing choreography on my own, actually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, so basically you were that kid that you had to your mama said, "Come watch my baby dance," basically.
Right.
At
Every
every family function. Like,
it
dang, mama.
right. Every
Like,
day. Like my sister, my one of my oldest sister, Sandra, and
mhm.
my when we go anywhere, Shaun, you have to come. You have to come because they no, they don't. Like you have to come. If you don't come, then I'm like, Mom. And then when I'm there, they like, go get up and go do that dance. I said, Mom, I'm not 7 anymore. Like I'm not 7. Can't make me. But then I get up and do it.
That is funny. That is hilarious. I actually have a cousin like that, and he's a dancer. And he's definitely good at what he does, and that reminds me of him. He dance like he had ants in his pants. So, just speaking of your upbringing, how was like your upbringing?
Um, it was cool. My mom showed me all the love in the world. I'm the baby of 8 children, actually.
Oh.
So, I was really at home most of the time alone because
Mhm.
I was so much younger than everybody else. Uh, of course, between the shortest distance between me and one of my other siblings is 4 years. So it's
Okay.
4, 6, then 8, 10, 11 years in between us. And so The last 2 boys that were just 4 and 6 years older than me, they left and moved out. When our parents
Mhm.
divorced, they moved with their dad.
Okay.
So, it was just me left home. All the other ones were grown, and gone by the time I made it to 4th and 5th grade. Everybody was already, you know, graduated from high school, that are already married and living their life. So I was basically kind of raised as an only child.
Mhm.
That seemed like, because everybody was gone. But
Everybody was gone.
yeah, everybody was gone. But the time that my stepdad was there, because my mom was married to this man. He's the father of everyone else in the house, but not me.
Mhm.
I have another father, and that's another story all within itself. We can learn about it tonight if you want to get into it, but before I go
It's
into it,
all it's all up to you. We have an
so
honest conversation.
right, so that my stepfather is the man that I wore his last name, because of course they were married when I was born, and he kind of raised me up until whenever they got divorced, and he left when I was like 8, 7, 8, 7. Somewhere around there. And, but then there's a long story behind that too. And I'll get into that later. But yeah, my life was pretty amazing as a kid, but then I also went through, some, sexual abuse.
We ain't gotta get into if you don't want to.
Yeah, no, it's fine, because that's actually what my book is about.
Okay.
So, yeah, so I, uh, went through, child molestation, I guess you could say, from the age of about 6 to, I say, like 12. 6 to
Mhm.
12, 14. At 14, I knew, this is wrong. 13, 4, I was, I never said anything to my mom about it,
Mhm.
um, because it was kinda weird. Um, and I don't need nobody passing judgment, because I understand how, some of these things go. But
Mhm.
as a kid, I didn't know what I was doing was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like this is my dad. He's my stepfather, but he was
Mhm.
my at until I found out that he wasn't my real dad at the age of 10. That um but I thought that what he was doing was really like love, cuz I say this, he never penetrated me or nothing like that. So it was not um sex per se, but he did other things, you know.
Mhm.
So, and I didn't know that it was wrong, and I thought that was, how it was supposed to be, you know. And so that's why I say I never said anything to my mom until I got older and realized that the things that he was doing with me were definitely wrong. You know, this is something that you would should have been doing with my mom
Mhm.
and not me, you know.
Mhm.
And so yeah, like I said, like about 10, I came to the realization to say, hey, he shouldn't be fondling my breast, but no, it's not fine. And yeah, um, it wasn't until I was even more grown, I was an adult, when I finally came out about it. I wrote a poem, and I read the poem. Well, I didn't read the poem. I recited the poem in church one day, and my mom and my sisters. Well, I'm sorry, my mom wasn't there, but my one of my older sisters was at the service, and she heard the poem. And after she heard the poem, she came to me, she grabbed me, hugged me, and took me outside. And she told me everything that happened to them as children with our our dad. their dad, and he
Mm.
actually, you know, well, I don't want to put her business out there, but yeah,
It's understandable. That's why I say
yeah, so
yes, we have honest conversations, but,
yeah,
yeah, I don't force nobody to talk about anything that they do not wanna talk about.
yeah, but
So oh, go ahead.
he was the monster. I just put it like that. He like the what's that show they call one of my sisters call him the American Monster or something.
Mhm.
They have she's like I did not know our dad was the actual American monster. And yeah, to this day, my biological dad still don't know because he probably would have off the man. But now they're old, of course. They're
As a
83.
father as a father should.
Yeah.
So would you say dance per se saved your life?
I would say that, and honestly, that was my escape. Music
Oh, yes.
were my escapes. And
I definitely agree with you on that.
that's what kept me sane. And I honestly, I forgave him. I
You
forgave
got to.
and I forgave and because I was also raped by my cousins and his friend. That's also in my
Mhm.
and I forgave them too. And to this day, I can still walk in a room with them and be fine. You know, people can't. And I didn't hide anything from my children. I let them know exactly who these people were. In
Mhm.
my face, or whatever. But hey, you feel how you feel, but just know I'm okay with them. But I'm never around them like that. Of course, I might see him at family reunions. I don't see my stepfather anymore. I totally cut ties with him after uh,
Mhm.
about about, mm, in 2020, actually, 2020, 2021. I totally cut ties with him because something else that happened. But yeah. So, yeah, but music and dance totally saved my life. Like even to this day, that's my go-to. Of course, God has been with me. My
Mhm.
we were raised as Jehovah Witnesses, and we didn't get to do a lot of things. But at the age of 14, my mom, actually 10, we started going to one of my uncle's Baptist church. But at the age of 14, we finally really left the Kingdom Hall and was fully, Baptist. And I got baptized as a Baptist. I never got baptized
Mhm.
as just, but some of my other brothers and sisters did. But yeah, to this day, I, I go to God for everything, and my music keeps me at peace. Uh, and dancing is my life. Dancing is my life, honestly. And dancing has actually helped me um lose a bunch of weight. And I'm not ashamed to say I was 297. I am now
Mhm.
15.
That's what I'm talking about.
So dancing.
I don't know if you seen my last episode with the young lady, Brittany Sansom.
Mhm.
It's we that's what, we talked about, and, I was almost 200 pounds,
Okay.
and I'm, like, 160 now, but it's, like, a solid because I'm now lifting weights and stuff, so I'm trying to keep it, toned or keep it toned. That's why I say I don't never that's the point of basically point of my platform.
Excuse me.
Excuse
Mm.
me. That's the point of this is I want people to never be shamed of, because the first thing that said came in my mouth, have an honest conversation.
Exactly.
And that's one thing about the Black community, we don't have honest conversations. We like to
Right.
sweep everything under the rug.
Exactly.
And that's the point of me having making this platform, and somebody told me, they was like, "Thank you for your platform," and I was just like, "I was just do this is my purpose. I'm just doing as I, it was on my heart because I don't wanna do this. I don't be
Right.
I don't be like to be in front of the camera because contrary to people's belief how I be acting, I don't.
Right.
This is completely not me. Like
But this
I done it so much. I celebrated a year Saturday,
who
and
be
you would think that I would still be, accustomed, accustomed to it, but it's like some days I don't be wanting to do it, but I gotta.
right. I mean, it's still a task, it's still a job, you know what I'm saying? But then you're giving a platform to people to open up, to be open and honest about things that are actually happening and going on in our lives. And like you said, especially us, we don't
Mhm.
do talk about too much nothing, especially if it's taboo. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, everything is, like, really always taboo. If it's something that doesn't happen within the community, like you said, it's taboo, and I'm just like, we have to get out
Right.
of what we're used to.
Right.
We have to get out of that systematic way of thinking and get
Exactly.
these chains off and get outside of your city.
Exactly. And because a lot of things that we keep secret and keep sweeping under the rug, it keeps passing on from generation to generation.
Mhm,
This is gonna start with me. No,
mhm.
it's gonna start with me, and it's not gonna pass down to either one of my kids, either one of my children, none of their children. I'm not having it. Not having it. I was so open and so honest about everything that happened to me in my lifetime.
Mhm.
I don't hide anything from them. Nothing.
And see,
But
I don't have children.
mhm,
But my nieces are not old enough to understand, they're babies. They're
mhm,
toddlers, so they don't, truly understand. My little cousins, they, they're in elementary, they don't understand. But like my last episode, like I said, I'm clearing the way, because, I had to struggle. And, I had to, that thing of you're grown, you figure it out.
right.
So I had to figure it out.
Yeah,
And it was not the traditional way of getting a job.
right.
I'm sorry, even though I come from entrepreneurship,
You're right.
because it's not easy. This
Yeah.
is
Hard work. It's working for yourself and having your own, which is the greatest thing to do and to have, but it's still hard work. We rather show up for somebody else and make them rich instead of show up for ourselves most of the time.
I definitely do agree. And it's like, why not? Because I was looking at something, and I have like been really locked in, and I've been watching these motivational videos on YouTube.
Mhm.
And it was like, why don't you take a risk?
Right.
Take a risk. And I think a lot of people fear of taking a risk.
Right.
Had I s- had I stopped like a year ago and not had I erased all my episodes that I had, I would have been like starting completely over.
Right.
And I'm glad I didn't. And I just added on, and I'm thankful in the response that I have gotten. And then just even reflecting on my pictures that looking at my pictures of how just a year ago, and that's like I said, that's what this platform is for. It doesn't matter if you a balloon blower, you make balloon animals. I want to know, especially people that's kind of, especially us, like being a balloon, doing something like that is
Right.
taboo.
Yeah.
Like I was watching on TikTok. I was watching a black veterinarian. I'm not even gonna lie. I've never seen a black veterinarian before.
Right.
But a lot of stuff is taboo
Right.
because it's sad, and it's it's crazy.
It is. And we as a people, we gotta get away from that, get out of that. And A lot of us are just really lazy and dependent on the next man or the next person to hand them something, you know, and
Mhm,
up and get out there and work for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Get out. You want it, get up and go get it. And that's what my mom and my dad taught me, my biological dad. You
mhm,
know, me, this strong woman that you see sitting before you today. And I joke with my mom at times. I say, I joke with both of them. I say, I think y'all made me too strong, you know,
mhm,
because uh I can't let a man be a man.
mhm,
Right. Because
mhm,
I got it. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for me to just let go and give somebody that control.
mhm.
And then I'm doing my best. I'm doing
Yeah,
I'm doing my best to do it. I'm doing and I tried it. I did. I tried, but it just seems like they fail every time. I'm giving you the reins. I'm letting go. I'm trying to sit back and relax and let you take lead because you're the head of household and that's what the Bible said. The man is the head. The woman is his helper. I did that so many times and tried to help. I've been married twice. So that's what I'm saying. I did it
mhm.
so try to be the helper and just sit back and relax and let you have it. I just haven't found that right one that can just take lead and, you know, not have
I definitely agree because I come I would say being with my grandparents, I'm not gonna say majority of my life, but they kind they definitely laid that my grandfather definitely laid that foundation.
right.
They definitely even going to church with my grandma all the time and just believing in something
Right.
through the good, the bad, the ugly.
Right.
And that was just the foundation. My grandfather always said, if you fall for something, if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. Malcolm
It,
X.
that's right.
And my grandfather works, I want to say I want to say 30 years. Don't quote me, but 30 years at Union Pacific and was able to retire. So I my I come from a background of men from the military, retired.
Hmm.
My brothers are both doing excelling well at their jobs in high positions, in
Awesome.
manage in managerial positions.
Right.
So I I'm there's nothing you cannot tell me. My uncle is an entrepreneur.
Right.
Got one uncle in the military. Great uncles retired from, living in the military. And that's why I say it's not an excuse.
No excuse at all.
'Cause
Right.
my younger brothers, they are in like I said, managerial positions.
Mhm.
You would think that would be for older men. They're
Right.
in their, early my brother is 29 now. He'll be 20 I think he's 28. He'll be 29, and then my other brother is 3 years behind me, 33. You would think at that, that would be for an older gentleman, but for them to be able to excel at this age in their life, I'm like, "You have no excuse." I got 2 brothers, and I come from that. So what can you add to me that I already have been shown?
Right. You're right. Yeah. I say that if you can't do more for me than what I'm doing for myself or what my mom and dad has done for me, I give you the benefit of doubt. I do. I give you the benefit of the doubt, and I give you that opportunity, that chance to show me. Because I'm not just gonna say, "Hey, no, mm-mm, I'm not. I'm not finna waste my time with you." No, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but I'm wondering if I should stop.
Yeah, cause sometimes we wanna fix.
Yeah, and I'm
I'm the oldest, and I be wanting to fix
oh,
everything. I
yeah,
want to fix everything. I'm a natural nurturer.
Me too.
Especially if it's somebody that I care for deeply, I'm gonna make sure you can ask anybody that know me. I'm gonna make sure you straight.
Make sure exactly, and I just need somebody to do the same for me, you
I
know?
definitely agree. I definitely I definitely agree about that. I'm like, "Is it gonna be my time?
When
When can I be your princess? When can I be your princess
when can
and
I
receive?"
princess?
And
When
be able to receive, like, "Hey, I sit back," you
yes,
know? And it's so different when it's familial.
yeah,
It's like, okay, I'm very taken care of, when it comes to family, but it's like outside of that, that's a whole different type of love,
right, right,
and say, and then you wanna feel safe. Because 'Cause I'm at that point now, like I said, going through this journey and just getting older, I was like, "Can you make me feel safe?" Even in friendships,
right. Yes,
I got to feel safe because we know as women can be very shysty.
right. Mhm.
And I wanna be able to feel safe like I said, let me go back. I wanna feel safe in friendships, and I wanna feel safe in relationships.
Both, exactly. Yes,
Cause it's like, people be like, "What's wrong with you? Why you acting all shy?" And I'm like, "If you know what I've been through, you'll see why." That's why I be wanting to know what people go through, not to throw it in their face, but to make sure I don't become a trigger.
right,
That's how considerate I am. I
right,
don't want to become a trigger to somebody
exactly.
because
And then
people didn't care about me, about being a trigger to me, and I just didn't wanna be that for, somebody else.
and I would say this, even when you open up sometimes to people and tell them your triggers or tell them what you like and dislike, some people just still just disregard, and they wanna
Yeah.
do and they still say, "But I love you, and I don't wanna lose you." How how is that? If you continue to repeat the things that I say that I don't like.
Mhm. But then it's also like people be like, "You nagging." I'm not nagging. Like, at this point, some people just don't be considerate.
That part.
And I've been through it, and I'm like, why would I put like I said, I'm a natural nurturer, I'm a natural compassionate person,
Mhm.
and I want anybody that I love, even if I don't know you, I'm still gonna be like, "Hey, this is her story." If I'm ever around her or him, I don't want to be that trigger for them. 'Cause especially I just feel like you should be knowing, the people that are around you.
Right,
Because somebody could just spaz out one day and you trying to figure out you done said something to that person. And it's like, what I say to that person? And then
right.
somebody say, well, you did this. Well, I didn't know.
I did not know. Yes. Mhm.
And that's why I be to myself. Cause people definitely people definitely do be weird.
Weird.
People be weird and even like I'm on Facebook. This is the most since the show been out. Like, it's been most heaviest on Facebook. Cause I used to be through TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, but it was starting to become a lot. So I just kept it on Facebook, and it's just like I said, people just be weird, and now everybody is like, "This and that, I wanna start a podcast." I'm like, "Okay, I'll show you, but I'm not finna do all the work."
Right. Yeah. And that's
With
what people
I'll
get.
go back. Go ahead.
People reach out to you to get they see your talent
Mhm.
done. They say they wanna do it, but they really don't, because they don't know what all
Oh,
it
no.
all goes behind the scenes. You just seeing what I'm doing right here, and you think it's all glamorous, just like being a line dance instructor and a choreographer. People don't understand.
Mhm,
It's hard. We counting. I do everything in counts. I'm
mhm,
far. I'm thinking of a dance step in my head. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
I make up line dances all the time while I'm driving, and then I'm like, "Oh, I
Mhm,
need to get somewhere, do it and record it so I won't forget it
mhm.
or whatever."
I was just about to ask you that. You got a notebook? Because I know I will wake up 3, 4 o'clock in the I go to bed at 9 o'clock. It be 1 o'clock. Let
Right,
me hurry up and write this down before I forget it. And that's another thing that, in entrepreneurship, when you get that idea, write it down. Cause I learned, and I had to stop doing this. When that idea come, write it down and execute.
exactly,
Because somebody, before you know it, somebody will do that idea and you will be upset. Like, dang, I did that idea. And I had that happen too many times and I just was like,
right,
I can't even be like mad
right,
because I didn't write it down.
exactly, and that's the same thing I tell my artists too. So I'm a talent manager. I
Mhm.
auditioned to be a talent manager last year. Don't know nothing about it. I'm learning, but he's trusting me, and so far so good.
Mhm.
But I tell him, anything that you got that comes to your mind, you need to sit up, you need to write it, you need to jot it down, you need to get it to me so we can execute it.
Mhm.
Need to sit on anything because people are out here doing something different every day. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So whatever it is, we need to, we need to
Mhm.
put procrastination.
I definitely I definitely agree because it be stuff that I just be like, "Hold on, let me hurry up and write this down before I forget." Because it's so much stuff that I do now that I
Yeah.
was like, "I don't know what I'm doing."
Yeah.
I did like, I'm a social media manager, and I did not know I know about it, but researching it, I was like, "Oh, it is so much that goes into being a social media manager." But that person is trusting me enough, like you said, trusting me enough to be like, and it's so far so look, for me too, it's so far so good. I did not, and I seen somebody who needed help
Right.
because, like, I'm a night out anyway,
Okay.
so they work at night. So it all works. And
Yeah.
I'm up early in the morning. So
Right.
it all works. And it's just so much stuff that it goes deeper into it aside from, aside from that, like I said, it's not about the money. I could care less about the money because yes, we need money to live, feed ourselves. And like I tell anybody, when you walk in your purpose, you'll be forever provided for. And I'm a living testament to that.
Exactly. Yes. And that's what I was about to say too, because since I stepped into this role and since I do what I do with the line dancing, the choreography and everything like that, and like you said, it's not about the money. I take a lot of things that I do for free for people. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Oh, everybody don't have it. But I do know, hey, my car don't run on water, at times.
Yeah.
But but I do take into consideration for people. And I love what I do. And like they say, if you love what you do, it will never be work. You know what I'm saying?
Say that again.
Um, since I stepped into this role of management and choreography and line dance, and like now I really like do it full force. I still have a 9 to 5,
Okay, uh-huh.
but I work from home. So hey, I
I
do it.
do too. I be I do too, and I just be like, "Do what I do," and that's the good thing about me having a great
Right.
having a great support system.
Yes. eh,
People think support comes from a bunch of people.
Right. No.
You just need a few people,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the thing, you help me, I help you. Bam,
You got to
you know,
put that
put
belief.
where they at, put people where they at. My brother, my not my baby brother. My middle brother is my brand manager.
Okay. Awesome.
But then my baby brother is kinda like the focus group, so if I need something, I'll put something in the group chat. "What y'all think of what you think of no, this ain't gon'
Right.
this ain't gonna work."
Right.
And I'm thankful that I do have that support, and my best friend, if I need anything, she's like my assistant. I talked to her the other day and she was like, "Whenever you come back home, it's a, um, it's a place that I wanna show you." And it's just that thing of you just need a few people.
That's
You
it.
don't need a whole you don't need a whole entourage, and even now, I had to learn to expand outside of my brothers and my best friend,
Right.
and that's how I end up in business besties.
Okay.
And when I say this from starting in January, was it January 25?
Okay.
Hold on one second. Starting of January 25, I think it was January 25 when I joined the group. We never knew how I joined the group.
Right.
And January, and then fast forward when they had the unmute, I did the first Zoom, something like nudged at me and was like, "Hey, go to the Zoom." And I went to the Zoom and I met a lot of women. People talk, like, "Oh, I wanna work with you, da 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 da, this and that." And then I went to, cause I rolled my eyes, was like, whatever. And then I went to the unmute. I did the unmute challenge,
Okay.
and I got an award out of that, which I don't be half the time, I don't even think people be paying attention to me. That's
Right.
how much I just be doing stuff, you
Right.
know? And let's just say this has been last year, it's just been so much growth since I
Right.
met a lot of them women.
Yes.
And a lot of it's just and I've worked with a lot of them women those were the same women that were like, "I wanna work with you,"
Mm.
and they actually worked with me. Cause people, we talk all day. We can,
Exactly.
and I'm at that point of execution, and I'm thankful that like somebody said in the group. Matter of fact, that's episode J. She made a valid point about not letting your trauma run your life.
Yes. Eh,
And
mhm.
a lot of it was me letting my trauma run my life. And I was really like self sabotaging. Like, I really was like, I don't want to do this no more. I want to find a job. I can't, I want full time, all that. And, God, God, like, no, ma'am. What you think you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are you think you doing? It's a reason why you don't have you're not working for corporate.
Right. Yeah, I met Mika in early part of 2020 before COVID.
Mhm.
And we've been rocking together ever since. Like go out and help her when she do volunteer work at the church over there off of Maine, North Maine. I can't even think of the name of the church. When I help
Mhm.
over there, and then she get me to come out to do line dancing and sell my fans at certain events that
Mhm.
they host. But
Yeah, that's big sister, right? Her and a few other ladies. When I say it's so many to name.
yeah, it's so many. It's so
It's
many.
so many to name, but I call her the connector.
I got thrown in the group. I don't know how I got put into the group, but I'm in.
Don't nobody know.
Yeah, but I'm in there, and hey, I love it. I love it. Those ladies are awesome. Actually, they are actually awesome. And yeah, I'm happy for Mika too. She's doing amazing.
Yes, it's a glad, and like I always say, the women that I have come in contact with, they walk the walk and talk the talk.
Yes.
They're
Hmm.
not just talking. I'm thankful for the women in my life. They actually walk the walk
Right.
and talk the talk, you know, because it's like you cannot tell me something of that, if you've not been in that journey just because you're older.
Yeah.
'Cause they never that's one thing I could say about them, they never treated me like, "Oh, you're young, I know more than you," that type of thing, like, I have dealt with in the past. I'm like, "Just 'cause you age don't mean nothing."
Don't mean nothing. We all can learn from each other. And I'm
We definitely Oh, go ahead.
19. I met Mika in 2019. Yeah.
Mhm,
But yeah, we all can learn from each other. We can learn from a little kid, little babies to teach it.
mhm. That's what I said, we all are interconnected,
Yeah,
whether we wanna believe it or whether we believe it or not.
yeah.
So, while we wrap up, I wanted to ask you if there's do you have any advice for, like, anybody, like a dancer, especially dancers? Because I know in that particular industry, it's not easy.
Right. So I would say is being a dancer, not even a teacher or instructor, but being a line dancer. You need to get around a group of people that you can mesh well with. Like, um, of course, we offer beginners classes, intermediate classes, advanced classes. Um, there's another name out there for it too, but I can't think of it. But what I do, I teach urban line dance. Um, but there's progressive line dance. There's that too. So get with the person or people who you believe that you can actually learn from. You know,
Mhm,
everybody can learn from everybody in dance. Like sometimes I look at people and I'm like, oh no, I can't follow them. You know, because they might be one little half a second or 2 seconds off of a step, and then I'm trying to figure it out in my because in my head I'm like, that's not right. But
mhm,
then as I've grown in this, I've realized that I actually can learn from certain people that I thought I couldn't.
mhm,
But it's easier when you just getting into it, being a dancer or whatever, to get with someone that you mesh well with, that you can communicate with well, that deals with people well, that love to do what they do and have patience to deal with you and your 2 or 3, 4 left feet, however it may be. You know what I'm saying? Because I have the patience of Job when it comes to dancing. Because a lot of people need that extra care, and need that extra
mhm.
special time or whatever, and I don't care if I gotta go over and over and over and over.
Well, you might have to come when I come to Houston. Whenever I come back, you might have to help me out because I be wanting to get off the sideline, but I just be tapping my 2 left feet and just be tapping because I don't be knowing
Yeah, I
what I
don't
be doing.
over and over and over and over and you know what I'm saying? If you don't get this class, we're gonna go over it again in the next class. Yep, and that's students at, Cactus Jack Cagle. I taught them they wanted to learn the Tamia line dance, but
See, that's one line dance that I'm because I've been done tripped and flipped all over everybody, and they mad at me, then y'all gonna have to put me up out that class.
I could teach you. It'll be a process, but I can teach you because this is what we did, and
Mhm,
they didn't know that they were learning to dance the whole time, but this is what I did for them. They wanted to learn that, and I was like, okay, we're not gonna learn it today, but I'm gonna teach you this dance today. So I started with this dance called "Floating" by Charlie Wilson.
mhm.
So the dance "Floating" it has that travel in it that you do
That
with.
makes sense, that little slide type of deal.
It has a up and
Mhm,
figure eight kind of step in there in flow.
mhm,
So they learn that, and that's like, okay, today we're gonna learn what was it? Finna get loose,
mhm,
maybe. Finna get loose.
mhm,
It had that little step in there too. So I taught them
mhm.
floating. We did this for weeks and weeks and weeks at a time. Finally, I pulled Timmy out on them. Can't come dance with me. That's what it's called. I finally
Okay.
pulled on them, and then they like this. But we went over it like 3 weeks,
Mhm.
3, 4 weeks led up to this whole thing, and we recorded the whole thing of them doing all the dancing. They was like, they was like, oh my God. I said, yeah, I had a plan the whole time. Y'all didn't know it. Y'all, but they was like, "Oh my god, you really did." And it was so easy. I say, "Yeah, it's easier when you know the steps."
Mhm,
Because most of the dances got some of the similar steps in them. Now I'm teaching you these steps to this dance because they have the same steps in this dance. It's
mhm,
just it's sped up a little bit or it's slowed down a little bit.
mhm.
And there you go. So when it was finally time for them to learn it, they caught on. Like
Just snuck it up and just
I
snuck it.
snuck it in. Yep.
Okay, so for all my Texas, for all my Houston people that watch, can you give them your class information one more time?
Yes. So I teach on Fridays at Cactus Jack Kegel in Spring, Texas. It's 709 Riley Fuzzle Road from 5:30 to 7:30. Then my line dance class, which is D headliners, my line dance team, we have two classes. The first class is on Wednesdays from 6:30 to 8:30 at T&L Event Center in Missouri City on Cartwright Road. I don't know the address off the top of my head, but I know it's T&L Event Center on Cartwright Road in Missouri City. That's on Wednesdays from 6:30 to 8:30. On Thursdays, we're at Liquid Smoke on Holly Hall, and I think the address there is 2130 Holly Hall, Houston, Texas 77054. That's on Thursdays from 5:30 to 11. From 5:30 to 5:30 to 6:30 is $5. That's for people that need
Okay,
it help prior to the class starting. You don't have to stay the whole time. You can do that 5:30 to 6:30, $5, and you can get in there and get out of there. If you stay 6:30 to 10, I mean 6:30 to 11, it's 10 more dollars because 6:30 to 8:30 we do nothing but training, nothing but teaching. 6:30 to 8:30 we teach dance and teach everything we need to teach. And then 8:30 to 11 we just free dancing. If you learn the dance and you want to know the dance, you want to do the dance, we take requests and we just dance the rest of the night.
okay.
So
Well, Miss Shawn, I thank you for coming on, and we have to deal with these technical difficulties.
yeah, that
So, as I tell everybody, spread love, peace, because there is enough negativity in the world. And we will catch you later. By the way, if you have not got your merch, you can go to www.curatedbythecreator.com, and we will see you later.
oh, I know. I'm sorry. I say
Go
that.
ahead, Rashawn.
Okay, so y'all, like I said, I am a talent manager. Could y'all please go on Spotify, YouTube, Apple
Go
Music,
ahead.
ever, all the platforms. His name is PJ the Rap Hustler. He has 2 new singles that dropped yesterday at 9 o'clock,
Mhm.
9 a.m. And one is called Everything, the other one is called True Story. So if y'all can get in there, follow him on Instagram, PJ the Rap Hustler. It's THAPJ Hustler, HUSTLA. That's him on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. If y'all can follow him and follow me, the Line Dance Goddess on IG and Shaun Fulton on Facebook, and I'm also the Line Dance Goddess on TikTok.
And you heard that's what this platform is for, to share. But we are gone, and I will catch you next Saturday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Saturday. And we are gone. Catch you later.
Bye bye.